Factors are numbers that multiply to form another number. So for example, 2 times 3 equals 6. This means that 2 and 3 are factors of 6. 2 multiplied by 4 equals 8, meaning 2 and 4 are factors of 8. Let's try it in reverse. What are the factors of 12? Well, what numbers go into 12? 1 multiplied by 12 equals 12, so they are both factors. 2 multiplied by 6 equals 12, making 2 and 6 factors of 12. Finally, 3 times 4 equals 12, so 3 and 4 are also factors of 12. So if you're asked to find factors of a number, you're just finding the numbers that multiply together to produce that number. If you and someone you know both share a liking for, say, like a sport or a TV show or food, you have that in common. For numbers, if two numbers share the same number as a factor, then those are common factors. So here are the factors of 15, and here are the factors of 40. As we look through our factors, we can see that both 15 and 40 share the numbers 1 and 5 as factors, and so these are their common factors. And that's what's meant by common factors. Here are the factors of 9 and 15. See if you can find the common factors. Okay, last thing on factors, what are highest common factors? When you look through the factors of 9 and 15, you found 1 and 3 to be their common factors, the highest being the number 3, so the largest number. The highest common factor is that simple, the largest factor shared between two or more numbers. Let's try one more example. What's the highest common factor of 27 and 63? Here are their factors. Now we just find their common factors, and we see that the largest number is 9, so the highest common factor of 27 and 63 is 9. So one final point is that highest common factors might also be listed as HCF, just their acronym, or greatest common divisors, GCD. They're just the same thing, and I mention it just so it's not confusing if you ever see it. It's the largest number two or more numbers can be divided by. So that's factors, common and highest common factors. Now we will look at multiples and then finish with some real-world examples. Okay, multiples. When you multiply one number with another, you get a third number. This new number is a multiple of the two numbers that you multiplied together. So an example of this is 2 multiplied by 5, giving us 10, and so 10 is a multiple of 2 and 5. And to make it really clear, here are the first 5 multiples of 3, so 3, 6, 9, etc. And here are the first 4 multiples of 12, so 12, 24, 36, 48. And that's it. It's that simple. That is what multiples are. How about common multiples? So common multiples are multiples shared by numbers. So if we look at the multiples of 2 and 3, and now we can look through this set of numbers and find our common multiples, the numbers that are shared as multiples by both of our numbers. Finally, before we move on to our real-world examples, lowest common multiples. So the lowest common multiple is the smallest number shared by 2 or more numbers as a multiple. So here are some multiples of 3, and here are some multiples of 5. And can you see the lowest multiple that they have in common? As we go through our set of multiples, we find 15 to be the lowest for both 3 and 5. So 15 is the lowest common multiple of 3 and 5. So now that we've built up our understanding of factors and multiples, let's look at some examples that are a bit more interesting and a bit more applicable to life. Two groups of friends meet up on a weekend to play a friendly basketball tournament. Keep all the friends in group A together and all the friends in group B together, but split both groups up into the largest teams possible that are of equal sizes across both groups. So these are the factors of 28. And these are the factors of 36. Now we just need to figure out how many people can play on each team. Well, the highest common factor of both is 4. So each team is going to have 4 players. So what this example is showing you is how you can use your understanding of factors, and specifically here highest common factors, to break down groups. These could be groups of people or objects, buildings, all sorts of things. Okay, our last example. You branch out into business on your own and open your first food catering business. You start with a hot dog stand by the beach, and your supplier sells packets of hot dogs and buns. Hot dogs come in packets of 7, and buns come in packets of 9. So in one packet of hot dogs there's 7, and one packet of buns there's 9. How many packets of both will you have to buy so that you have enough hot dogs for buns, so that you don't have any left over that might go to waste and lose you money? So first, let's list our multiples of 7 and 9. And now we look for our lowest common multiple, and we find that to be 63. So it's going to take 9 packets of hot dogs to get 63, so we buy 9 packets. And it's going to take 7 packets of 9 buns to get 63. So now we have exactly the right amount of hot dogs and buns to make 63 for our customers without wasting any money for our business. So whilst you may not immediately be opening a hot dog stand by the beach, there may come a time where you need to apply these sorts of skills to a trade or job, or maybe just a hobby in future, and do so efficiently. And these sorts of basic skills and tools stack up to help you do those things well.